The racing started again today in Napier, New Zealand for the 2011 Optiworlds, which is a big and complex sailing event in terms of participation and race course setup.
With yachting, of course, we come out to an area and we've got to lay the course, and that shifts every race. So the marks are picked up, unlike other sports like soccer where you have a field marked out. We've got to come out onto the water and mark the field out ourselves. So.
With the resuming of the Fleet Racing Championship, the sailors headed out to sea early in the morning. But as we can see on Predict Wind, the wind was very light and didn't help. So everyone had to wait.
It's pretty comfortable when there's no wind. You can just lay in it and close your eyes and maybe take a nap or hang out with your friends in the other boats, like just grab them.
At the same time, some others preferred to do some training and get ready for the start. When the wind finally came, everyone was eager to race. It was a critical day for one of the ones on top. Ryan Lowe from Singapore and Javier Arabas from Peru had to perform well, since they can't afford another underperforming race. At the first start, many boats were very close to the starting line, which brought on a partial recall. John Burkett from Ecuador had the best start at the pin end side, while Javier from Peru didn't start well and had to tack and head to the right side of the course. However, the weather was really tricky, and even if the sailor from Ecuador tacked early, Emilia Ruud from Sweden got on top, choosing the left side of the course. At the same time, the Peruvian rounded the first mark at the back of the fleet, but managed to move up to 18 at the first reach. At the end of the reach, Emilia Ruud from Sweden with David Lucan and Nicholas Kempemuller from Austria were leading the fleet. The rest of the sailors were far behind and had some crowded rounding. Javier gave his best to move up the fleet a little more, but Martin Close from Argentina kept blanketing his sail all the way down to the next mark. At the same time in the other race, Joan Cardona from Spain and Rory Caslin from Bermuda had a great performance leading the race. Tony Versketch from Slovenia was a little further back and was looking out to the right side, believing there will be a wind shift coming from this side. However, the surprise came from Rodolfo Pires, the young sailor from Portugal, managed to beat his Spanish neighbors and won the race, leaving them behind. He did some great tactics and overtook them one by one. At the third race of the day, most of the Opti sailors chose the pin end, with Matthias Dijk having the best start. However, the first attack would have an advantage. And so it happened. Bert Lambry from the Netherlands tacked first and managed to take the lead from the early beginning. This day turned out to be a tricky one, since most of the sailors had a lot of ups and downs. Let's have a look at the results of the day. Tomorrow, the fleet racing continues as we move closer to the event's finale and the crowning of the world champion.